Hello everyone, Prince Tutorial here, back again with another video, this time covering the special herdstone for the Beastmen. Now you might not be aware, but there are different special herdstone that have unique effects all over the map in Immortal Empires. Now when you look at those different herdstones, this one being the basic one, they all provide the same bonuses, just these ones provide an extra set of bonuses, and I will go through them one by one. Now, if we start off with the standard bonuses you get for a herdstone, and every time I will speak on the tier 5 herdstones, so whatever numbers I'm going to state are always regarding the tier 5 status of that herdstone. So for the generic herdstone, that would be plus 15 campaign movement range for the local armies that are around this herdstone, minus 10% campaign movement range for your enemies, and plus 5 recruitment capacity for armies that are around you. And you have plus 25 ambush success chance. So just to put this one, we'll have to put it under D tier, obviously, because it's the basic one. I'll have to go through the special ones so you can see the different buffs that you get on those special herdstones. I will state in what province you will have to put those so you can get the bonuses. I will also say that obviously because the special ones include those bonuses that you get from the standard herdstone, that's why I've put it under D tier. So obviously anything here will be better than this. Question is which one are the best between them. So we'll start off with the Empire. This one is the special herdstone that is in Altdorf, and you get a plus 5 melee attack when fighting against men. That's faction wide, so you can use that on all your armies whatsoever. Plus you get hero recruit rank plus 5 for Bray Shamans. Again, faction wide. So that's okay. The plus 5 melee attack for fighting men is good because men include Bretonia, Empire, Kislev, Cathay. So that's very useful against a lot of factions. So I'll just have to go under B, maybe even A. We'll have to see a bit later. Let's go for this one right here. This one is for the greenskins. So this one is placed in Black Crag, and you get plus 5 melee attack when fighting against greenskins faction wide. So you can already see the pattern here. Plus you get income from post-battle loot plus 25 faction wide. The Beastmen don't spend a lot of money, so post-battle loot is not something that I would prioritize to get bonuses for. So I'll have to go under C. Again, your armies are for free. The only thing that you need money for is pretty much your horde upgrades. So I wouldn't rush them either way. The next one is for the vampire counts, and the vampire counts one is obviously in Castle Drakenhof. And this one gets plus 5 melee attack when fighting against vampire counts, vampire coast, and tomb kings. So just like fighting against men, so this is like fighting against undead in a way. Plus 5 is kind of good. And magic resistance plus 5% for all units. I would say that's on the same tier as the Empire one. Magic resistance is not an amazing bonus because the AI is quite shit at using magic. And plus 5 is not, it's really negligible. You can stack this obviously with, let's say, Henrik Kemmler's trait, and that would get you to 20% spell resistance, but that's not like game breaking or anything like that. Bretonia, this one is in Couronne, and you get plus 5 melee attack when fighting against Bretonia, very specifically, so that's not against men, just like for the Empire. And you get charge bonus plus 5 faction-wide. The Beastmen are a charging faction, so that's good. The plus 5 melee attack against Bretonia specifically is not as good as the Empire, but then again, the plus 5 recruit rank for Shamans is not amazing, so I guess I'll put it under B. This one is for the Lizardmen. It's placed in Hexawaddle. So you get +5 melee attack when fighting against Lizardmen, that you already know. Plus you get the Winds of Magic starting amount +5 for all your armies. So that's not too game breaking. You just get +5 for your starting Winds of Magic. It's kind of underwhelming, frankly, so I'll have to go under C. Obviously +5 is better than a 0, but that's not something that you would notice. Plus, most of the time you will be able to cast a lot of spells with the Beastmen, so I wouldn't say that's amazing. For the dwarves, plus melee attack when fighting as a dwarf. This one is obviously in Karaza Karak, I didn't mention that. And you get +5 armor piercing weapon damage. I'll have to go under A. The Beastmen are not very good at armor piercing most of their units. They have good armor piercing units, namely the Minotaurs and stuff like that, but not all their units are armor piercing, so that's good. Some armor piercing is always good. This one is for the Wood Elves, and this one is in the Oak of Ages specifically, so don't put this under the King's Glade or anything like that. This has to be the Oak of Ages. And this one gets you plus melee attack, +5, as you already know, when fighting as the Wood Elves, that's fine. And missile resistance for your unit faction wide, 5%. Between the lists so far, that would have to go under S tier, because you do have a monster heavy roster, so a lot of your units are big by nature, so their one weakness, or not one, but one of their weaknesses is being a big target. That means any missile resistance that you can stack on top of that, that would be great. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, your Beast Lord have a trait that increases missile resistance of the army. So if that's 10% and another 5, that would be 15. I think technology adds on top of that. I got most of my armies at around 50% missile resistance, and that's quite game changing from the perspective of missile resistance. Kislev is next, and Kislev brings +5 melee attack when fighting as humans. Great, not like Bretonia. Plus they get you Winds of Magic cost reduced, -10% for all spells, and that's awesome. Great, Kislev. High Elves. This one is in Kislev itself. I didn't mention that. High Elves, that would be in Lothern. +5 melee attack when fighting against the High Elves. And cooldown, -10% for all your spells. Amazing. Go conquer Ulthuan. For the Dark Elves, plus melee attack, +5 when fighting against the Dark Elves. That goes without saying. +5 armor for all your units. Again, the Beastmen are not armor heavy faction, so +5 goes a long way. Another S tier. Grand Cathay. So this one has to go in Weijin. And this one gets you +5 melee attack when fighting as humans. Awesome. Again, shame on you, Bretonia. And +8 for all your units faction wide for speed, 8%. Speed is great. I think the Beastmen will benefit from that because they are a speedy faction. So I would have to go under S. And for the Chaos Dwarfs, and this one has to go in Zarnagrund, you get +5 melee attack when fighting against Chaos Dwarfs. Again, goes without saying. And you get +10% missile strength. Now, the Beastmen don't have a lot of good missile units, so that would have to go under C tier. Let's try to tidy this thing up because I'm feeling like there's a lot of S and I'm not sure that they merit it. So this one is for the Wood Elves. We said that it adds missile resistance. I think I will take it down a tier. For Kislev, I think I will keep it there. For the High Elves, I think I will keep it there. For the Dark Elves, I think I'll knock it down a tier. And for Cathay, I think I'll also knock it down a tier. I'll explain my reasoning. So, because the Beastmen don't have a lot of armor on their units, +5 is not going to be amazing. It is going to benefit you, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the last kind of ticks before armor is irrelevant. Like armor becomes irrelevant around 180 and 200, and you're obviously on the lower tier of that spectrum. So +5 is better than 0, obviously, but it's not something that I would say changes your game. And for Cathay, again, you are a speedy faction, so you pretty much outspeed a lot of things on the game. So +8 will make you outspeed them faster, but not something that would get you to like get out of control. For the armor piercing for the dwarves, I feel good about it, so I'll keep it there. I think I'm happy with that tier list. So that's it. It's a short video this time around. I just thought to myself that not a lot of people know that there are special herdstone spread around the Immortal Empire, and I didn't know if you guys know that they have special bonuses. So now you know, and you know which one to prioritize. So conquer Kislev first and Ulthuan, and then make your way to the Oak of Ages, and from there to Nagarind, and from there to Cathay and Karazakarak, and enjoy. Have a good one, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. We're really making strides to get to 100 subscribers. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.